All right, let's see, where are we? Oh, it's kind of dark. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, it's Guillermo Monte here. Thank you so much for coming out and watching this video. Let me get my light situation together. There we go. If you could hear me and see my screen nice and clear, go ahead and put some ones in the chat box. It's Brian Jackson, what's up? Lori, aloha, what's going on, everybody? There's so many people signing in right now. Sometimes my computer acts up. I don't know where things are. So do me the favor, can you see my screen right now on your side of the ballpark? Just go ahead and let me know. Just go ahead and say yes in the chat box. That's fine. All right, great. So you all can see my screen. Thank goodness. GoToWebinar isn't acting up. So as you already know, let's get the ball rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and expand my screen and keep the chat open. I want to make sure. What's up, Mobile, Alabama? We have more Florida in the house. What's up, Florida? Great, great. So, yep, this is 100% live. Do me the favor, if you can, in the chat box, just go ahead and let me know if you can see a full screen on your side. So if you can see a full screen on your side, just go ahead and just put a one in the chat box. Um, and that would be awesome. Great, great. So, Michael, Tom, I just want to shout everyone out really quick. I apologize. I'll bring my screen back. So, Boyd, Brent, Brian, Dan, David, Ernest, Francis, Jeremy, Kevin G, Kevin Hall, Lori. I appreciate you all coming out. This is, again, 100% live. Mike, Philip, Rex, uh, Thomas. Man, we have people here from all over the place. Thank you. Thank you so much for making the time to come out to this webinar on a Sunday. I really appreciate that. It means so much to me here. So truly thankful for that. So again, as you're signing in, if you could see my screen nice and clear, I'm just going to bring it right back to the slider. Go ahead and put a one in the chat box. I can see that a lot of you are excited to get the ball rolling. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my chat. Do me the favor, hold your questions for the end of the webinar. And the reason I say that is because it makes life a little easier at my end. I don't have to keep opening GoToWebinar and coming back, and I could just stay on course. I always make it my mission on these webinars to give you as much as I possibly can. So we literally, my team and I, because I'm not a one-man show, we get together, we compile a bunch of great information, and we do our best to just educate you. So when you get your hands on this platform, you're educated and you're just ready to hit the ground running. That's what this is all about, offering unique service so you can stand out from the pack. Nobody wants to keep offering the same things like SEO and all those things that are just outdated, and businesses demand more flexibility. They just want more, and what better time to do it than now, especially in a time where programmatic television is just constantly being enhanced right now. Like, television right now there's so many improvements um, when it comes to that, and it's just going to be great. So anyway, I want to stop yapping now. So again, today you're going to discover an innovative platform that is going to allow you to run cable TV ads and cable 100% programmatically. Just going to open my chat one more time, because what happens is, um, when we do these presentations, sometimes people can't see my screen. So can you see my second slider here? You should be able to see my picture. Go ahead and put a one in the chat box for me. That'll be greatly appreciated here. It helps me out, lets me know that, yep, you guys could see it. Great. Boom. Moving forward. So as you guys know, my name is Guillermo Mata. This is all the bragging you're going to hear from me throughout this presentation. I'm not going to show you my big house. I'm not going to show you the multiple cars that I have. I'm not going to show you the trip I just took with my family. I'm just going to give you a little bit of who I am. So I'm the proud owner now of Programmatic TV.app. This is just another model for us to just keep pushing forward. We're excited for it. I don't take all the credit for this. My developer, Hassan, Wally, Programmatic Mechanics, there were so many people involved in this project. So shout out to you guys. A little bit about me. I operate a digital agency and community with over 20,000 consultants. You just happen to be a part of it, thankfully. We focus on expanding our businesses through the process of business development and technology. My 10 years of marketing experience has enabled us as a digital company help more marketers, business owners, startups hassle less and generate more sales worldwide. So that's all the bragging you're going to hear from me. So let's get right into it. 119.9 million households in the United States have cable television. In addition to that, check out this quick snapshot. This snapshot was published by Adweek. Nielsen is one of the biggest data companies out there. Again, 119.9 million households in the US have TVs for the upcoming season. That's huge. It means that people are still watching TV. That's not all. So did you know that TV ads influence most consumers in their purchasing decisions? Hmm. Here's the facts, because I love to dive into the facts. According to a survey conducted by company Clutch Marketing, you can look them up, they're legit, over 1,000 on over 1,000 US consumers. Americans are exposed between 100 to 5,000 advertisements every day, a number that is rapidly growing with the increase of cable channels and tech devices. So yeah, this is what Berkshire Hathaway had to say. All right, so studies find television's impact on consumer purchasing behavior is greater than all other media combined. Now that's crazy, right? You would think with the internet, um, that, they would be doing really well. That would be the focus, but apparently TV is, capturing a lot of that attention. So could this be the hidden sauce? So for example, here, Pizza Hut, I believe this is, um, it actually is Pizza Hut. They encourage a lot of their consumers. You look, they get 50% off if they just come back online. So you know what's going to happen, right? What most consumers do, including me, because I'm a regular human being, right? I'll open up my phone and I'll just look up that 50%, boom, and I'm going to order me some Pizza Hut. So yeah. So I just want to make sure that you're still with me. Can you see the Pizza Hut screenshot? I'm just going to bring my screen back. Let's go ahead and put some yeses in the chat box. I know it's making me hungry too, but hold on. We're almost there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Great. So let's keep pushing forward. So we know as consultants that businesses need to advertise in multiple outlets to reach consumers during their everyday activities. Whether it's watching TV, reading a magazine, or browsing on social media. With so many advertisements running daily, it's hard to understand which ones consumers can truly trust and act on immediately. So how do we justify which outlets our consumers can trust? So again, going back to that survey, these guys went in deep, right? They ran this survey on over thousands of people, Clutch Marketing, right? And this is what they also pulled out of the box too. They ended up finding out that advertisements in regards to TV influence 90% of consumers to make a purchase. You know why I think this is because it's clearly been around long enough. All right, televisions, all right, before the amazing laptops that you have before you or your desktop, right? We had televisions. So, this is something that our kids get to see and enjoy, and we get to enjoy, and it just keeps going and going, and it never really changes. It only improves, which is why I believe, um, they've been able to, in regards to what Clutch Marketing and their report, they've been able to pull all this data out. So, it's just what I'm saying in short is that TV is just, it's been around longer, so people trust it more. So like if you're on TV, that's what I'm saying. Like if your business is on TV, it's likely that people are just way more likely to take action. When when it comes to looking at advertisements on the TV, sometimes that's perceived a little different. It's kind of like, yeah, all right, go to the next. But when it's on TV, it just psychologically, there's a lot that happens. I'm not a psychotherapist here, but I'm just saying. So consumers make purchases after seeing or hearing an advertisement on TV, 60%, in print, 45%, online, 43%, and social media, 42%. Advertising through traditional mediums is seen as the most trustworthy. 61% of consumers trust TV. Again, the least trustworthy advertising mediums are online, 41%, and social media. Advertising influences 81% of millennials ages 18 to 34 to make a purchase, and just 57% of baby boomers 55 and older. Those with a higher household income, 55%, are more likely to make a purchase after seeing or hearing an advertisement than middle 48% and low 45% household incomes. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? We just had to share that. So advertising influences almost all consumers to make purchases. Only 10% of consumers said advertisements do not influence their purchasing decisions. Okay. So TV is the most influential for advertising. About 60% of consumers are likely to make a purchase after seeing or hearing a TV advertisement. Just had to reiterate that. That's massive, all right? Again, here are the facts, more facts for you, all right? So TV advertising is the most influential, and to small business owners is the most expensive medium. And we'll show you a little later on what agencies are charging to run a simple 60-minute campaign and how we intend on changing that. All right, like as of today. I know most of you guys don't know who this guy is, but I do. I follow this guy. So Robert Elverson, this guy has clients like Allstate, Taco Bell, Tropicana. This is what he has to say, right? TV ad successfully connects with consumers, according to Robert Ellison, Managing Director of Bandwidth Marketing. All right. So consumers feel that a company with a TV advertisement takes its marketing serious enough to spend money on this fairly expensive vehicle. TV powerfully combines visual and video elements to the message of an advertisement. When you can bring something to life visually, you've got a much greater chance of making a connection. So with all of that said, consumers are most influenced by TV advertisements because they inform consumers about their product or service more than any other medium. Combined, companies in a wide range of industries can use TV advertisements to stand out of the pack. For example, let's take a look at Dallas Patio Furniture, right? They promote a lot of their good, luxurious outdoor and indoor furniture. This is just one of the digital screenshot of their digital campaign that they're running through digital TV. Long story short, Sunnyland's commercial features shots of outdoor tables, chairs, and couches, and they just got a voiceover, description, right? So this is what the vice president of Sunnyland had to say. This is Brad. I like TV because you have the visual and audio, right? You can tell your story and show off your product. That's what he had to say, okay? So TV advertisements benefit companies like Sunnyland Furniture through informing consumers about the brand, product, using visual and audio cues. Very simple, right? The most influential advertising mediums for consumers are considered the most trustworthy. And as I'm going through this, I'm sure you're going to have questions. Again, I'm just doing my best to educate you. Take notes on any little things and any questions that you have, bring it to the end of the webinar. I promise to come back to all of this stuff, answer your questions, and lots more. So don't forget to hold those questions for the end of the webinar. So consumers trust TV 61%, print 58%. Let's keep moving forward, So the least trustworthy advertisements are the newer forms of advertisements. Just 41% of respondents trust online advertisements and 38% trust social media advertisements. Now, that's crazy, right? So respondents distrust online and social media advertising because they are unregulated in some areas. All right. So let's keep moving forward. So this is what Michael Lindsay had to say. So Michael has clients such as Samuel Adams, Mindbody, Panera Bread, and the almighty Snoop Dogg. Yes, that's his client. It's relatively easy to take out some highly targeted ads on social media for very little money. And this is what he had to say. Anyone can do it, so you have to look at everything with a level of skepticism. Just like I said earlier, right? A lot of these online advertisements is, yeah, you see them. There's just a lot happening. But when it's on TV, it comes off a little different. because again, it's more trustworthy. You've had that device, you had your TV for a long time. So again, moving forward, anyone can do it. So you have to look at everything with a level of skepticism. It's also the most unregulated out of all media out there. In short, traditional TV ads have been proven, and I personally don't see them, going anywhere anytime soon. This next report is very interesting in regards to TV ads. Millennials are influenced by TV advertisements more than older generations. Advertisements influence the majority of millennials aged 18 to 34 to make a purchase. Keep that all in mind, right? So TV is the most influential form of advertising medium for every generation, but millennials are more likely to make a purchase after seeing or hearing an advertisement on most mediums, right? A larger percentage of millennials are likely to make a purchase after seeing or hearing advertisements than those 35 or older. This is due in part to the fact that older generations have already developed their preferences and are not as influenced by advertisements. So whether they're on their smartphones, computers, TVs, radio, consumers are exposed to thousands of advertisements every day, and companies that want to essentially reach the most consumers should advertise in order to succeed. So if a company were to come out and not do anything or any type of advertising, at the end of the day, they're just not going to succeed. It doesn't matter if it's TV, anywhere. If you're a business, you should have advertisements out there. You're a consultant, you're a small business. It doesn't matter. Even me, I have to run ads because if I'm not advertising, then I'm not going to be in business, period. So, and I'm not saying, look, you guys know me for many years now, and some of you are new. If you don't, I'm a straight shooter. Like, I'm not saying that TV is the magic sauce to all of this, but what I am saying is that, if you diversify, you can measure, and then from your measurements, you can just easily create a plan that works for you, and that's more cost effective. So again, moving forward, Rob Abelson agrees that a company's chance of success increases with TV and other forms of advertising. If you're still with me, can you put a 1 in the chat box? I just want to make sure that you're still with me. There are hundreds and hundreds of people here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Great. Mike, Brian, Thomas, Kensar. Great. Moving forward. Unless you're willing to go door to door and shake every hand and convey the uniqueness of your product or service, you need some type of broader vehicle to get your message out there. Boston personal injury attorney Chris Early, for example, advertises on Google, TV, newspapers, and a bunch of other places. This is the guy right here, right? I want to show you guys his actual advertisement. So if you can see this video on YouTube, go ahead and just put some more ones in the chat box for me. Trisha, Jerome, thank you, appreciate it. So I want to show you what I believe makes for a really good commercial. We got to change our perspective here. When we're dealing with TV here, so we can't treat it like a regular video, right? Because when you're formulating a video, right, for online, you're thinking about other actions. When it comes to TV, it requires a different set of actions. So in short, I'm going to put my volume up here, and I want to show you what he did here. I thought it was great. I'm just going to rewind it back and
workers' compensation, slip and falls, any kind of injury. You'll need a personal injury attorney.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in an accident, call me. Unlike other law firms, I'll personally handle your case from start to finish. I have a proven track record of success. The consultations are free, and I only get paid if your case settles. If you need a personal injury attorney, take action now.
Short and straight to the point. There's not a bunch of text everywhere. Lovely. I thought that was awesome. So Mr. Chris Early, you get my approval stamp, 1000%. That was right to the point. Look, this is what we do. These are our strengths. Here's a little bit on us. And then at the end, we have our take action. Call 24/7. You got a phone number. We got a website, right? And again, it's just a different set of actions. you know, when it comes to television. So this doesn't mean because you have videos laying around, you got videos on YouTube, you know, because you know, I'm talking a lot about this. There's a lot of tools out there that allow you to make these animated videos, but come on, come on. Like we at some point we got to get serious. If we're gonna be marketing, we want to work with bigger companies, you know, we got to get a bit more productive here in regards to when we publish these videos out there, you know. So these are some of the things that I look for in short. You don't have to make your ad like this, every single ad for every single, you know, vertical, you know. You don't have to make it just like this, but I'm just again giving you an example, you know, as to what I believe makes for a good video. So Chris Early, he even admitted too that without TV commercials, he would be missing out. And this is what he had to say. I'm in a very competitive space in a competitive city without advertising aggressively. He advertises aggressively on digital TV and cable TV. He said it here. I don't think I'd be in business very long. And this is a lawyer, right? Goes to show you that it's not so much the person, but it's the actions that they're taking, the actions that they take, you know, and being conscious, being consciously aware of, you know, your weaknesses. He understood his weaknesses. He probably understood that, hey, man, social media is just too expensive. 20, 50, 150 bucks per lead, you know, it gets very expensive. So this is what he also had to say. You have to advertise, right? You have to advertise. You have to put your name and face out there, right? But like anything else, it requires repetition. You have to stay consistent. So television-based advertisements is definitely an outlet. But what are agencies charging to run a 30-second ad? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you here. This is Prime Media. This is just an outlet. You know, there's not many competitors out there. Let's just get that out the way. So in the TV advertising space, there's not a whole lot of competition. I'm going to show you the top three right now. So this is one of them. They are for both cable and digital TV advertising, right? Fortunately, their minimum is close to like 10 grand per campaign. That's crazy. That's crazy to spend 10 grand. I mean, I don't see a pizza shop spending 10 grand, you know? That's that's a lot of money. Uh Altus Advanced Advertising and Analytics. Boom. Consultant, you know, they require, you know, you're a consultant, they're treating you like, you know, whatever. But either way, look, they got a $5,000 minimum and that's just bananas. This is another company here, 15 grand plus production costs. They're like, hey, look, we'll let you run TV campaigns, but we also want to take care of your production costs as well. And I'm not trying to put down these businesses, but because they're just a business, right? But again, I feel like with this platform that you're about to witness soon, like we're literally going to change the game completely. And we're just getting started here, you know? So this is part of the reason why so many businesses move away from TV as they find it expensive and far too complex. So we're going to take a look at the cost involved for this section, production, and you know, a bunch of other stuff. So I apologize if this is overwhelming, but again, just trying to give you as much as possible. So advertising on television involves two main costs, production and distribution, uh, and lots more. You got to hire an ad agent. It's just a lot. There's just a whole lot involved when you really dig into the space, right? This cost can vary greatly. You know, there are folks are spending anywhere between 10 and 50 grand on production just for a 30-second camp. And I'm speaking in regards to what agencies are charging, right? So this is what they require. They require that, you know, you set a minimum, right? That you have a minimum with them, excuse me. And they also want to be able to handle your production costs. But you guys are, you know, you guys know the game now, right? You guys understand that you could outsource a lot of these things, and there's so many ways that you could streamline this process now. So many sites out there. Anyway, moving on. So, you know, you could go about producing a TV commercial in a number of ways, depending on, you know, your team's creative capabilities and advertising budget. All right. So a team that is able to produce their own TV ad in-house might spend little as $2,000 with the option of outsourcing, right? So again, I'm just educating you here, but you guys know, you should know that there's so many sources online. You got freelancer sites, you have so many even locally, like you'll find like that college kid that wants to help build his portfolio and will gladly do your commercial for like $50. It's only 30 seconds, so that's all I'm saying here, just trying to educate you here. So average TV ad broadcasting cost. So for local television stations, agencies charge a minimum, they charge a minimum $5,000 per 1,000 viewers for a 30-second commercial. That's just crazy. Just like I mentioned earlier, just bananas. So let's dig a little further. This is a little bit of data by a company called Ad Age. So a 30-second spot broadcast nationally around 115,000 in 2020. So what they're saying here is basically that a 30-second commercial, according to their report, with production costs and everything, came out to about 115K. The average cost placement for a 30-second Super Bowl ads in 2020 were upwards to 5.6 million. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Very, very expensive. So small businesses on a budget oftentimes consider alternatives to advertising and marketing channels, just like I mentioned before, just due to all of these costs and factors. It just scares the mess out of businesses. So they're like, yep, gonna do Facebook ads. So television advertising is priced on a cost per thousand CPMs, right? You guys know what CPMs are, right? It's just a simple cost for every 1,000 times that someone sees your ad, you will be charged a fee. Sometimes it's like $2. It depends where you go. $7. Sometimes it's even more. 60-second television ad cost estimates by market 2021. So again, CPMs. So these are the average CPMs for these big cities. Okay, just giving you an idea, right? But what happens oftentimes, and they don't tell you this, a lot of agencies mark up alongside these prices. So it's just kind of crazy. So it happens, and that's why it just becomes very, very just even more expensive on top of your budget. So factors affecting TV ad costs. So the CPM depends on how desirable the audience is to the potential advertisers. For example, a TV show with a primary female audience will be more desirable for a company that sells products that are purchased primarily by women. Additionally, viewer demographics, timing, and location in which the ad airs can mean higher, lower ad costs. These are the primary factors affecting television advertising costs. Network and TV show. TV networks that air popular shows will charge more for their advertising spots. For example, you can expect to pay something over $285K to air your commercial during the Big Bang Theory. Broadcast versus cable. Broadcast refers to local stations, affiliates of national networks such as ABC, NBC, CBS. Cable refers to the stations you have to pay extra for, such as MTV, VH1, TLC. The CPM to advertise on local broadcast stations is typically less than cable, since cable attracts more targeted, wealthier demographics. Time of the year, if there's a highly contested political race coming up, candidates will be willing to pay a higher than usual price for TV advertising. Other events such as anticipated sporting events, Olympics, Super Bowl can also drive up the costs. Time of the day, prime time ad spots are in the evening between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. when most people are watching TV. Please note this down. Given the expanded viewership, the cost of ads run during this period is typically higher than other times of the day. Airtime. The length of your TV advertisements will greatly impact the cost in terms of both production and expenses. Let's keep moving forward. Audience sizes. More advertisers want to air their commercials in big cities so they can reach more viewers with one commercial, which is why cost to advertise in New York City is more than the cost in a small town. Demand. There are typically 4 commercial breaks in a half-hour show, each lasting 2 minutes, equivalent to 16 to 30-second commercials. With a limited number of ad spots available, the more demand there is, the higher the price. Remember that costs can vary depending on factors like general demographics of the viewers, where and when the advertisements run, the size of the viewership, the audience behavior factors, and lots more. So digital connected TV is the driving force of 2021. Let's keep pushing forward. The digital video advertising growth continues and is expected to represent more than half, 56% of total video spend projected in 2021. Connected TV, CTV, continues to outpace other formats and shows no signs of slowing down according to the AIB. International Ad Barrier, that's what it stands for. So CTV, if you don't understand what that is short for, devices that are connected to the internet. Okay, they give you the capability, excuse me. So they give you the capability, like, like some televisions like LGs and Sonys and Samsungs and all these, they have the ability to be connected to the internet through Wi-Fi. So that's what CTV is. So on our platform, which you're going to discover a little later, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to run CTVs like ads. Well, that's digital ads. All right. So I just want to show you this really quick. CTV saw its biggest gains in 2020 with 22% growth. With a 22% growth. So what does that mean? It means that more and more businesses are catching on. Okay. So nearly 3/4, 73% of CTV buyers report shifting budget from broadcast cable to CTV. Okay. Advertisers on average spend 20 million on CTV in 2020, and more than a third, 35% of buyers expect to increase CTV ad spending in 2021. All right, so this is Eric John, VP of AIB, International Ad Barrier. So this is what Mr. Eric John had to say. Continued acceleration and shift to digital while we are seeing growth across all digital video. The movement to more audience-based buying approaches has resulted in increase in buyer demand for CTV, which is huge, huge. These are the guys that you got to pay attention to, okay? So moving forward, buyers cite premium high quality content as well as targeting and brand safety as the key benefits of CTV. 60% of advertisers rated CTV highly on providing a trust brand safe environment. Nearly half, 46%, cite targeting as key benefit to CTV. So in terms of expected category specific spend on CTV in 2021, buyers are optimistic for health and wellness, travel, telecom, media, entertainment. When it comes to mobile, buyers expect to increase spend in health and wellness, fashion, apparel. So those are just some verticals that, do really well when it comes to TV advertising. So 46% of advertisers cite targeting as a key benefit just due to the fact that you can do more. Basically, you have more capability, more targeting options, more things you can do. So viewers have come to expect optimized video experiences. The days of the dog owner household seeing cat food ads are just ending. Even on the big screen, flexibility, adjustability, and the opportunity to reach specific audiences in real time has put streaming at the big kids table, in some cases at the head of the negotiation table, right alongside traditional linear TV. So for this section of this presentation, we'll go over the differences between like linear, like what is linear TV, on-demand TV, connected TV, all the top, all those little details. So what is linear TV? Linear is live TV. Get familiar with this language because inside of the platform, we use the same language. So linear live/live TV is traditional TV. All right. So what is on-demand TV? All right. So you're probably familiar with on-demand TV, but here's how it comes into play. On-demand is also known as a non-linear TV and refers to viewers selecting and watching content whenever they wish. Connected TV, I spoke to you briefly about what that is. Those are basically devices that are just plugged right into the internet. And sometimes you could run through the cable provider just as long as it's all plugged in. You guys got to have TVs like this, right? So yeah. Over the top devices, OTT is the term used for the delivery of TV and film content via the internet without requiring users to subscribe to a traditional cable, satellite, and so on and so forth. So services like Comcast or Time Warner Cable, OTT leverages apps to stream video content to TV using on-demand and linear live content. So it uses a mixture of different sources. Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, those are some of the sources that you could run on as well on our platform. So what is addressable? You could do addressable on our end as well. Addressable allows advertisers to purchase audiences using household level profiling and segmentation to deliver different ads tailored for them. All right. So those are some of the things you could actually do with us. That's what I'm sharing with you. So for this section of this presentation, we'll take a dive into successful stories, cases, right? So Susan Moreno is the CEO of Moreno Bakery here in Tampa. So from competing for loyal customers to a 50% increase in sale, she did very, very well. Moreno Bakery was faced with competing against a popular grocer next door that already had loyal customers and high brand recognition. In order to stand out, they needed to increase awareness of their bakery and boost name recognition in the area. I just want to make sure that you're still with me. If you're still with me, could you go ahead and like put a 2 in the chat box? I just want to make sure that you're still with me. Great. Ken Saar, Brian Jackson, appreciate you all. So Moreno Bakery was faced with competing against a popular grocer next door that already had loyal customers and recognition. So they had a competitor like right there. It was really, really tough for them. Their plan was to run geo-targeted high-frequency TV campaigns throughout the bakery zone. Very simple. The ads campaign success allowed the owner, Susan Moreno, to upgrade to a larger facility, hire additional 55 plus employees. This is Jerry Slaughter. I actually shared this with you via email. Mr. Chevrolet faced a common challenge for automotive advertisers. They needed to differentiate themselves from 2 other dealerships. So they knew TV advertising was their best bet to secure their spot as the market leader. They got to compete. So there was only one problem. They weren't sure they could afford it, but thanks to our partners, they got it done. The 12-month cable TV campaign ran an optimized media schedule targeting men 25 to 54 age group with an average household income 50,000 or more, placing their ads on a high-profile sports programming like college basketball, programming related to March Madness, delivered results quickly. Campaign was a huge success. These guys were able to increase their inventory and much more. Like we actually verified a lot of this information. This is all factual. Habitat for Humanity, same deal. Ran into some bumps, seen a lot of success, and it's just, these guys are just as successful. So let's keep moving forward. So for this section of the presentation, we'll take a look at the current state of television advertising. So while connected to TV advertising makes up only a small portion of overall TV advertising, it is projected to grow significantly in the coming years as audiences continue to adopt digital streaming as their primary method of watching TV. As for eMarketer, a study by Videology, the advertiser perception revealed that 29% of US advertisers and agency decision makers plan to increase their OTT connected TV ad spend by 2021, compared with only 6% who said they would decrease it. Okay, right, 29%. So let's keep moving. So with reports from eMarketer that the number of connected TV users in the US this year will hit 182.6 million. It's clear that demand for this type of viewing experience is increasing. And I'm speaking in regards to CTV, OTT. So while advertisers currently face some challenges adopting TV, given fragmentation among platforms and other factors, consumers are undeniably embracing OTC. So it seems only a matter of time before ad spending catches up. So TDG research indicates that this change may happen sooner rather than later, with advertisers spend in OTT expected to hit 50 billion by 2022, nearly half of the 85 billion projected. So for this section of the presentation, we'll look at 13 ways to create high performing advertisements nationally and globally. So let's keep clicking along. So the goal of every small business is to have TV advertising spots that makes an impact. It should resonate with the viewers, compel them to your cause. According to a report by Ruben Rinko, there is much more to consider when developing an ad spot, and key factors such as budget and audience need to be taken into account. What's the key to high performing TV advertising spots? Break the pattern. The attention span of our society is constantly shrinking, and it is very hard to get people to notice your ad unless you are able to break the pattern for them, making something that looks boring and then break the pattern. All right. So, and the more contrasting that sudden pivot is, the better, period. So let's keep moving forward. So don't be boring. Ask yourself if you would genuinely enjoy the commercial. It's as simple as like you're literally playing your video, right? You watch it. Are you enjoying it? Is it making you happy? What emotion is it giving you? Really pay attention to all of this. Focus on the first 3 seconds, right? Like, what are you showing in the first 3 seconds? Is it that hot pizza? If you're working with a dentist, are you showing them how beautiful their cosmetic solutions come out? That's so important, because that's what's going to capture their attention to want to call you, right? Invisalign, whatever it may be. Just the first 3 seconds, what are you showing? Use influencers, maybe in the local area, the city council people, I don't know. Get creative with it. Tell a compelling story. Viewers today have a very short attention span, and many people tune out of conventional advertisements and TV commercials. Yet television is still a powerful medium if you find a way to draw in your audience. Right? To do this, you have to get beyond the style of typical ads and tell a story. Think of the most successful Super Bowl ads. Rather than creating an ad, thinking of making it a short TV program or film. Focus on building brand awareness, right? It's so important. How do you do that? To make an impact on today's audience, you really need to stand apart and make an original statement about your brand. Remember that the younger viewers grew up with social media, computer games, and big budget movies, so they respond to images more than dry facts about your product. A good place to go for guidance is obviously YouTube. Use memorable taglines or jingles. Do something unconventional, but something that's gonna allow them to remember for a long time. Yes, I know who those guys are. I see them all the time on TV. I know how the jingle goes. I'm gonna call those guys because they're reliable. Just because you're on the TV, to be authentic, it's key. If your advert doesn't have an authentic feel, you're not going to leave a good impression. And that is a fact. I've seen that happen multiple times, even in advertisements today on YouTube and many places. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't come off right. It's not genuine. So try a product placement tied to social media, right? Use a good voiceover. Today, guys, there's so many places where you can find a good voiceover. And again, communicate one message only. Don't just hop around and talk about the pizza, the calzone, and then everything else, you know? Stay on course, stay on course. So let's keep pushing forward. For this section of this presentation, we'll take a deep dive into programmatic TV. So programmatic CTV advertising continues to grow, as you already know. With the increase of programmatic CTV advertising popularity across multiple channels, it's important to have an understanding behind what programmatic CTV advertising is and how it all works with other marketing channels before kicking off your campaign. I'll explain the basics of programmatic advertising. So what is programmatic advertising? Simply stated, programmatic advertising is the automated process of buying and selling ad inventory through an exchange, connecting advertisers to publishers. This process uses artificial technologies, all right? So more about that later. And in real time, bidding for inventory across mobile, display, CTV, and on. So how does programmatic advertising work? Artificial intelligence technologies have algorithms that analyze visitors' behavior, allowing for real-time campaign optimizations towards an average audience more likely to convert. Give me one second. Programmatic companies have the ability to gather this audience data to then target more precisely. So programmatic media buying includes the use of DSPs, demand side programs, SSPs, supply side programs, DMPs, and on, which facilitate the process of buying ad inventory on the open market. So DMPs collect and analyze substantial amount of cookie data, then allow the marketer to make a more informed decisions of whom their target audience may be. All right, so let's keep pushing forward. So this is in short what this is. Is this the process of someone coming to your site? There's an auction that happens and then your ad simply shows. That's all what programmatic is. So target your KPIs more closely. Programmatic technology is continually working on improving performance toward your campaign's KPIs and increasing overall ROI. Cost effective, but programmatic advertisers have the ability to adjust their CPMs. You even have set CPMs, so you could plan a little better. All right. Scalability. Programmatic allows you to reach a larger audience across multiple websites and touch points in a timely and efficient manner. So big brands go programmatic, like Nestle. Nestle launched a campaign, with the test that showed an increase 58% in an incremental reach and also reached 21% more unique consumers simply by adding programmatic CTV to the mix. All right. Samsung identified a challenge when launching their new phone where they saw the initial spike of interest, but challenge was keeping the phone up the top of the mind after the initial launch. In short, guys, when they first launched, I did a lot of homework on this. It went terrible, but then they started turning to CTV and they started to see a bit of a difference. All right. So utilize programmatic audiences insights across marketing channels. Instead of planning your media buy on where you think your customers are, start focusing on the overall strategy and goal to reach the audience that you want. With the ability to adjust the campaign in real time based on the insight you gathered, you start to better understand who your target audience is, allowing for further refinement across marketing channels. With all of that said, I know I just gave you a lot. We're gonna do a Q&A at the end. You are now ready to begin publishing your commercials live on cable and digital television. We've come to the end of this presentation. Are you ready to run programmatic digital cable advertisements? If you are, go ahead and leave some yeses in the chat box, some of the best comments that you got, and I will shout you out. Here we go. So great. Francis Paul. Thank you all. Keith, let's go for it. Let's do it. Love it. So let's rock and roll. So with all of that said, I'd like to introduce you to our new national and global platform, enabling you to run cable and digital television advertisements 100% programmatically. This is the Programmatic TV app, programmatic cable and digital advertising. Literally made simple. Programmatic TV app is a platform built for consultants by consultants, enabling you to advertise on digital CTV and cable, which is the wire that goes to your wall 100% programmatically. Our CTV solution allows you to tap into local devices such as TV, Roku devices, and many others logged into the internet, while at the same time enabling you to run advertisements on those devices. Cable ads, it's at the click of a button. Simply choose the time, date, locations. You can show your ads on HGTV, CNN, ESPN, and that's just only a couple of them. We got over 500 plus. But first, we want to shout out our partners. We couldn't have done it without these guys. So say hello to your new partners. At the end of this webinar, feel free to ask me for these decals so you can place them on your site. All right? So these are our partners. I want to shout out Frontier Communications, Charter Communications, Dish. This is probably one of the biggest projects that we've ever put out. But moving forward, we couldn't have done it without these guys, because without them, honestly, in my development team, there would not be any programmatic TV app. So we couldn't have done them. This is the second collaboration that we've done with the programmatic mechanics. These are the guys that helped us release geofencing app. Geofencing app was a massive success. It did very well for a lot of people, selling it and just putting it out there. I want to shout out Keith Guberman, Paul, Eric Thorson. This is my guy here. He helped us throughout the whole way. So very, very thankful. So let's take a look at some of the networks inside. As you already know, you have EMX Marketplace, CBS Corp. I'll just see if I got my little pointer here. It doesn't look like it's here, but look, you got CBN, VH1, CBS, Bloomberg, Univision, Discovery Communications. You have so many, over 500 plus built inside, but that's not all. Yes, this means you can run your videos in many different locations, digital and cable. Programmatic TV app was built for all types of businesses, but with the consultant in mind, we were thinking about you. As developers, we believe in transparency and the importance of data accuracy, which is why we provide you with a full cockpit view so you can measure out your campaign strategically. With that said, it is demo time, you guys. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna close the screen out and I'm going to bring out the platform. I'm gonna just do a quick refresh here because what happens sometimes is that we get logged out. So here's the dashboard, right? So up at the top, right? Up at the top, you have your balance. So this is essentially ensure whenever you top up, it'll show right here, nice and simple. Your CTV and OTT campaigns will show here. It's basically the digital campaigns that you formulate, they'll all be here. Your cable TV campaigns will show on this little box here. And then this is the total amount of actual videos that you have within your library. And I'll show you in a minute. We have a chat here. This has been really awesome. It allows our members to just interact and, you know, mastermind, connect, and do much more. So let's keep moving forward. So you have your profile, of course. You want to put your name, email, phone number in case we need to reset your account. It really secures your account. You have your top up. We have a small minimum. Thanks to the programmatic mechanics, only $75. That is your minimum for digital TV. That means that, and I want to clarify, so we have a minimum for digital, $75, digital TV. So if you have a top up of $75, you could run CTV, OTT campaigns all day. Now, if you want to run cable campaigns, they have a set minimum. All of our partners together, $250. And those fees do not get paid to us at all. That goes directly to our network partners so that they could run your campaigns. But as we go along, I'll show you how you could set your own fees so that like whenever you start selling this as a service, you can set your fee, right? So they also have they got to top up, of course, to run campaigns, but they also have to pay your fee before they can use the platform. So that's it. I mean, you just enter your card details, super easy. So you have your commercials here, very straightforward. You have your titles. These are just test videos that we put here, but you can preview your videos. You could delete them. You just click on this button here. You could add new videos. We give you instructions on the size of the videos. Please keep the videos under 1 minute. The longer they are, the more expensive that they are. So keep them around 30 seconds. That's pretty much it for this area. The real meat of this platform is all right here. So this is essentially where you would create your CTV OTT campaigns. You have your line name, your budget type, daily budget, your deploy date, your start date, your end date, total budget, the status of your campaign, creatives. You could go back and edit your campaign. I'll just click on this one here, right? And just give it a second to load up and prepare that campaign for you. It's basically retrieving all of that data from the exchanges wherever you submitted it to. So you can go back and make those changes. You could actually, what you can do is you can pause your campaign here. You could activate it. This one is not active. But in short, you can give your campaign a name, right? You want to choose viewability. You have your start end dates. We give you training on all of this, but if you're ever lost, you could just hover over these question marks and it'll also give you more details on what these areas are so you could make just more informed decision as you're using the platform. You have your minimum bids and your time dates, all of those details are there for you. And then you have your creatives. Once they're uploaded to the library, they get submitted to the exchanges. So there's no human interaction. It's all done programmatically. It'll literally review and scan your video to see if it's okay to show. Okay, and it'll show active or not active right here. So you have all those details that you need here. So in this area, you could go custom, so if you want to target by ranges, zips, specific domains, just, again, this is just like the more data you provide to the platform, the better. Now, if you want to use the third-party exchanges like Roku, for example, right? Let's say we want to go with Roku. We only want to run on Roku. We have over 500 plus networks that you could run on. So you can see here, all folks that are shopping but are using their Roku devices. We give you set CPMs, the providers, and again, we give thanks to the programmatic mechanics for disclosing this to us, so that again, you're making a more informed decision when you're running your CTV OTT campaigns. Moving on, so you could set specific exchanges if you want, just by simply clicking here. Like again, what you're doing here as you're formulating your campaign is providing more data to the exchanges, so that when it gets submitted, they have an idea as to like where to show your campaign. So you could choose countries, regions, DMAs. You could day part your campaign. You have your inventory. Like if you want to run on very specific, using very specific inventory, you could choose TV, Roku, game consoles is up to you, LG TVs, Apple TV, right? And then you could choose how you want to run that ad. If you want to run it as a mid-roll, outstream, post-roll, pre-roll, that's completely up to you. If you want to run on smaller devices, large devices, it's your call, all right? And then that's pretty much it, for this area. Our next area is our reporting section of the platform. And here you could view, the activity revolving your campaign via the line report, region report, daily report. You can see here your any actions pertaining to your video is all going to show here, including your regions report and all of that. So you have your cable campaigns here. When you get this report, it's actually really cool because it shows you, where your ad showed on what networks. I'm actually going to go back to campaigns really quick. I want to give you one that actually went through for us and we paused it. This one, you notice this one is initiated, right? I'm actually just going to quickly pause here. I'm going to click on this button here because I showed you CTV, but I didn't show you cable. Let me go into cable. It's very, very straightforward. So here's what you're going to do, right? So you can choose your category, right? Choose your category. So if you're running for a legal client, you choose legal, very important. Then you would put the address here for your location, making it addressable, just like I mentioned before. You set your goal, right? Build a brand recognition, promote a sale, boom, done. You have your females and males if you want to target them. You have your range that you set here. And then we give you a map so that you could, again, make a better, more informed decision. Obviously, I don't have no data, but it's showing that I'm right here in the middle of Tampa Bay. So I understand who I'm targeting and how far out I'm going. So we have your age range here over, you could go 50 over, 35, 25 is up to you. You have your start dates here, how long you want to run, and then your budget. Remember, our minimum for cable TV, just because it requires a bit more effort from the system, is only 250. Now, considering what those other guys are charging, that's very low. But let's go back into reports. When you go into reports and you generate a report, we'll show you how many impressions you received and what networks. That's what I forgot to show you. Going back into campaigns, I'm going to go into this one here. Click on this little eye once your ad has been processed fully, and our system will literally generate a full report for you, right? It'll let you, and this is not us typing this. It's all, once you submit it, right? And it's been processed, you can click on that icon and it'll show you where your ads are going to show. So this one is saying your ads is going to show within 2-mile radius. 20, you're going to target male and females. The ages are here, what they're watching. Our viewership data helps us know your audience favorites networks. We're leveraging it to make sure our commercial airs on those networks. And then it show you the networks that it's going to show on, right? It even picks out the best times and dates for you automatically. And it even gives you your benefit, like the benefit that you're going to get out of it. So it's all done for you automatically. And we're going to continue to enhance this area because we've been getting a lot of requests for improvements in this area for little things that I won't talk about right now. But here, this is our white label. We took a lot of the things that we've learned and it works very easy. We pay you your fees. So if you set like, let's say you kept the top up fees the same, but you set a fee of $1,000 for users to use your platform, they have to top up for their advertisements and they also have to top up to make sure that you're paid as well. Now, when they pay your fees, you can withdraw them here, right? And we're just getting started here, and that's paid to you automatically. We don't take a cut out of it at all. It's just paid to you. And again, we value your feedback so that we basically we continue to grow based off your feedback, and that's all it is. So you have your login, your register links. We give you a reserved domain, programmatictv.pro, that you could use, right? But adding a business, like let's say you wanted to add a business, you can do that by clicking this button here, and you could just create a login for them. If you want to go into manage your business to change your URL, this is what I was saying before. Let's say you want to set your fee $500, but your minimum top up you want to leave the same. You just leave it empty, and you could make your fee recursive, so it's like a monthly fee. You could set the login colors for your login screens, for your actual dashboard. You could upload your logo if you want. So you have a lot of flexibility here. And again, it's all paid out to you and we disclose it here. We pay on the first and second via wire of each month. First and second week of each month. First day of each week, every Monday, first and second, done. And of course, as always, we provide you with support. So we answer tickets in the order that they come in by our tech specialist, Wally. We give you over 10 plus videos, and that is nowhere near it. All right, so let me get my presentation back and let's keep the ball rolling. I'm gonna open my screen back up. I see that you guys are super pumped and super excited for the platform. And give me one little tiny second. I'm gonna bring my presentation back. So that was really awesome, right? So let's recap all these features. So you got this awesome dashboard where you could essentially check your balance, total campaigns, videos. You got this awesome chat to communicate with other members. You got your profile, your top up. Remember, it's only $75 for digital TV, $250 for cable TV. That never changes. It always stays the same for you. You have your libraries. You can upload as many videos as you want. You have over 500 plus networks that you could choose on digital TV. For the cable TV side, that's all picked out for you automatically. We give you a full report. It doesn't get any better than that. Very easy to set up campaigns. You could be an absolute newbie and start rocking this very easily. We give you a bird's eye view on your camp. Literally, like you have full control here. You can set your budgets, choose the best CPMs for you. Over 500 plus networks. We give you a detailed map so you can see where where your ads are going to be showing essentially, and a detailed automated report that you can share with your clients, right? Like there's just a lot you can do here. Detailed reporting, so you could, make changes if you need to, or improve a certain area in your campaign, your video. You could white label the entire system. Report provided by Wally, 10 plus videos. We got a document inside for you to review as well. But I have to remind you quickly, companies are charging between 5 and 15 grand per campaign. So now the ball is in your court. As a marketer, a small business owner, when starting up, those numbers are nowhere near realistic. Not only do you have full control here, but you can charge what you want. Now what you want. So thanks to the programmatic mechanics, my entire team, Hassan, Wally, we couldn't have done it without those guys. So what is the cost? Let's get down to the nitty gritty, because I see that you guys are driving me crazy in the chat. So we knew a lot of our Red Tour members would love to provide this as a service locally. So $299.97 is nowhere near what you're gonna pay. Again, we're giving you full control here. That's not what you'll be paying today. So that's out of the way. Not even with all the development costs involved in this platform, you won't even pay anywhere near $199.97, not even $997. With all of the networks and everything that we're providing you access to, this is crazy. So are you ready? Let me see the best comments that you have in the chat. I would really appreciate that. So Sandra is ready. Brian is ready. So let's rock and roll. Your registration fee is $119. Actually, wait, we're not done yet. No monthly fees. No monthly fees. Keep in mind that your one-time activation fee grants you access to our superior support specialists. So you now have all the control you need, and Wally's awesome. Whenever there's something that you want to see added on, he's always happy to help. So you have, again, all the control that you need so that you can run hyper local television ads. I'm going to save you today $25 with all of the networks that you're getting access to, bringing you down to $92, zero monthly fees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to answer your questions in just a second. I'm actually just going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the link because I see that some of you are looking for the white label link already. Give me one little tiny second. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So there is the links. There they are. Here we go. Boom. There are the links. Links are now in the chat. I'm going to unpause my screen now because I had to grab those links. I got a lot of sensitive information. There we go. I'm going to open my screen back up. I promise we're not done here. I'm going to go back and answer all your questions. No per campaign minimums at all. All right. And then you got the option, right? We give you access to additional digital TV networks and cable networks. That'll bring you back up to 117. Okay. So keep that in mind. 117 gets you access to the additional networks. Okay. So if you want access to the additional networks, don't take the discount. Go ahead and just get the general upgrade, right? Expand your reach. That's what we're trying to do here. So both links are now in the chat. I know the price is very low, but we care about our guys. That's what we do. We're a tight-knit community. So let's do another overview. So you got the programmatic dashboard, tracking your television or digital campaign. It doesn't have to be so complex. We've made the overall process super easy to understand. With your dashboard, you get an overall view. You can track your performance, budget. You have your start dates, end dates. You control every portion of your campaign, building that confidence so that you can measure them out long term. And lots else more. You have your programmatic app campaigns. Forming your first digital cable TV campaign with us is without a breeze. Upon clicking planning, you'll be able to plan out your campaign. You have your start date, end dates. You could target by zips, DMAs, range, geos. You have your detailed targeting, right? So you could just hyper local supercharge your campaign super easy. And again, look, keep it under 1 minute. As long as your ads are under 1 minute, then you'll be fine. You have your detailed reporting. We show you your total costs, your profits, your CPMs, over 500 plus networks, App Nexus, Charter, Discovery, HGTV, and so many others built in. We give you a chat for you to connect with other members to find out, maybe you want to mastermind, maybe someone wants to share leads, you guys want to close a lead together. We don't know. That's why we develop these chats and hope that you would keep those conversations here, not on Facebook, you know? So definitely keep it all in the chat. We also provide you with training as well, 10 plus videos, a document for you to review, and insider training. So Q&A time. Do you have a minimum per campaign? There is absolutely no minimums per campaign, and no, there isn't any OTOs, and no, that is just it. Your fee is one time and one time only, lifetime, for a lifetime. What countries do you support? We support the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK. So if you're overseas, we encourage you to definitely come and use our platform. Try it out if you're overseas. We have many Spanish outlets and like Univision and so many others. Do you provide support? We absolutely provide support. My Wally, Hassan, my entire team is involved, including the programmatic mechanics as well. So how do you spend your budget? You can spend your budget by impressions, right? It's very easy. You can, like, let's say you topped up $75. You could spread out your budget on the digital side. So you could make one campaign 15 bucks, the other 20, and so on and so forth. But on the cable side, they have a strict minimum of $250. So this means that your campaign will be that amount, and that's what's used for that campaign. So if you want to top up a little more, that's completely up to you. So what type of geographic targeting can you do? So you have your zips, DMAs, POIs, neighborhoods, state, cities. You could get very specific with the platform. Can we choose what time to run our campaigns? You can choose the start date for your campaign, and you can run for the span of a week. Our system will do the rest on the cable side. It's all done automatically. But on the digital side, digital TV, as I mentioned, even throughout the training, you have more control. You have a bit more control over the things you can do because it's connected over the internet. Any restrictions? There's no restrictions. I just advise that you keep it under 1 minute. Let's see here. Can we choose the networks? For the digital TV, yes. For digital TV, you can choose all the networks that you want. On the cable TV side of things, it's because there's still, again, there's more improvements coming to that side of the ballpark, but it's all done automatically for you. Like once you submit it, it goes off and that's it. We'll provide you with a full report and show you where your ads are going to show. You might even be able to turn on your TV and see your own ad thanks to our platform. Yeah. So it's time for live Q&A. Again, your one-time fee is $92, 0 monthly costs. That's it, $75 your minimum top up, no upsells at all. So combining everything together, your one-time fee and your top up, $167, no upsells. You know, we're disclosing that here. Again, no upsells, no monthly fees. We encourage you definitely, if there's anything that you want to see in the platform added, reach out to us. We're always more than happy to review anything you want to see added and just continue to improve it for you. Now, I dropped a white label link with some payment options in the description as well. So for those of you who just want to just hit the ground running, you're all in on this, pay close attention, charge your own fees and position yourself like a true programmatic TV pro. It's going to bring you up to $199.97. If you feel like you can, you have the means to cover it, go all in. Do me the favor. If you go all in, email me devsupport@redtornmedia.app. I got something special for you. I got a TV and a $200 credit for you. I'm sorry. I got a t-shirt for you and a $200 credit for you applied to your account. Now, if you feel like you just want to try it out, we have literally 4 payment options down in the description in the chat for you. Okay, so look at the chat and you'll see the links. All right, there's about 4 links. All right, so this is going to give you the ability to charge your fees and make 100% on it. Okay, 100% on it. Stats, payout requests, you could do your own branding, and I'm going to show you how it looks in a second. So again, that's one time, charge your own top-up fee and get paid on the first and second of each month, and you become an official partner. So those links are now in the chat. Next week, that price is going right back up where it should be. So again, that first option, $92, $25 discount, 117 additional networks, 199.97 full white label, right? Full white label. You're a white label partner. If you're all in on a white label, like I see some of you are, do me the favor, email me, devsupport@redtornmedia.app. I got a $200 credit. You could either use it on Amazon or you could apply it to your account. And we also have a t-shirt to mail your way, okay? And we're not done yet. We got lots more. Those activation links are now in the chat. So I see that some of you are wanting to see the platform one more time. So here's the platform again. And again, as you're signing in, go ahead and say hello in the chat here and say hello to everybody. So again, you got your balance here, CTV, OTT campaigns, total cable campaigns, your library videos here. And again, I'm just gonna do this quickly. You have your top up here. Remember, our minimum is only $75. You can spread this throughout. So if just because you have $75 doesn't mean you have to use it all on one campaign. You could use it individually, okay? And like as in individual campaigns. Now, if you want to run on cable, then that is the minimum brings you up to $250. Now, again, compared to what folks are charging out there, it's again easy. So you got your library here. You could upload as many videos as you'd like. You have your campaigns. Remember that this side would be your CTV OTT campaigns. You have your line, your budget, all of those details here. You can click on this blue button here and it'll take you into that first step in creating your campaign, your digital TV campaign, which is, again, this is just focused 100% on digital television. So if you're targeting us, if you're a realtor and you're targeting a specific neighborhood, maybe you're like looking to buy properties and resell, or you're looking to, maybe you're looking to promote a dentist in a specific demographic area, you can do that here. You can really dial it in. So you have your campaign names, you want to choose viewability. A lot of these things we train you in the training area, and we're going to continue to add videos as we go on. But remember, if there's something that you feel like kind of lost, hover over this question mark and you'll find your answer there. Now you have your minimum bid here, your days to start. You have your creatives for you to choose from, your audiences. Remember that we give you control here. When you click add new, you can choose to target by IP, zips, domains. So let's say in that neighborhood, they're searching Zillow, right? Then you can target using that data. You're basically buying data here. So view it from that perspective. So whatever it is that you feel you want, that's what you would put into the platform, okay? Then we got over 500 plus, 500 plus networks that you could use within our platform. So you have Time Warner and a bunch of other mega companies here, and we give you those CPMs. Those CPMs look really good, guys. So come on. So we could target people who are heavy viewers, who are watching TV heavily. You know, it's all there, and we train you on how to use it. Very easy. You could choose individual exchanges if you want. So if you want to go USA Today, folks who are watching USA Today, that's fine. Geographics. So you see here, you got plenty control. I'm going to go ahead and answer your questions right now. I'm just going to pause right here and just get right into your questions. Let's see here. Can we do Spanish ads? Absolutely. We also have a lot of Spanish networks. Sergio Lopez. Good question. Let's see. I know for a fact that Spectrum charges a minimum $5,000 for 1 week. Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah. So I mean, that's something that you could charge. Why don't you charge that? Yes, born ready. Let's do it. Awesome, awesome. The link, please. The links are all in the chat. I'll just go ahead. And one thing I forgot to mention is that if you're overseas and you're having a hard time getting into the platform, here's why. Our processor doesn't allow overseas transactions. So do me the favor, you see this email here on the screen, devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. Go ahead and email me. I'll send you a different link. We just been having some headaches with them. So if you go with that first option, Francis, you'll get that $25 discount. All right. So if you're not going with the upgrade, then you'll have access to a set amount of networks that we've already reserved for you. So here's how it works, like to be completely transparent. The programmatic mechanics are giving us access to inventory that they have available. So they're letting us into their exchanges. So we reserve a specific amount of inventory for those of you who go into the $92 option. Now, if you go in at 117, which is it's basically the upgrade for a lifetime, you're getting access to all the inventory that they're providing us with, and it's constantly being updated. So now if you go white label, you get access to basically everything that I showed you on the white label side of things. So let's see here. Oh, let me show you that. That's what I forgot. Let me go into the white label side and give you an idea of what it looks like. I'm gonna have to log out. I may not be able to actually. Let's see, go to register. So this link is already set up. I'm gonna just log out really quick. I'm just gonna show you the registration page first. There we go. So that's how it looks. That's pretty much what it looks like, right? But now check this out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back. Give me 1 second. I might, no, this is not it. I'm gonna have to log out. Give me 1 second. I wanna show you what it looks like when you basically become like you're already a client basically. So let me go into the white label really quick. And what I'm gonna do is, actually, I'll just do it here. I'll just register for you guys. Alrighty, so here we go. So I'm gonna just put a test here. All right. So this would be something that your client would do, basically, right? Oops, forgot to confirm my. Give me 1 second. All right, so let me just try to log in. That's interesting. I may have to try a different email. That's what I'm gonna do right now, actually. I'm doing this all live just to show you. Let me just save this email. And there we go. Good. So this would be it basically. They would have to pay your fee, right? And they have to make sure that they have enough top up. They don't see anything else. They don't see a chat, videos. They just see whatever you've been promoting. So they'll get, and you get that domain as well, programmatictv.pro. It's not linked to us at all. So this is essentially it. And this is just a test account. So just letting you guys know. Alrighty. Let's see here. I'm gonna log back in. Bear with me one little tiny moment. And there we go. We're back. We are back. So give me 1 second. That's correct. So Francis, it's likely that you're looking at the If you're looking at $3.99 for pay, that would be for the white label. I'm actually going to grab the links separately. I'm just pausing my screen real quick so I could go back to my doc. Give me one little tiny moment. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if you're new, I highly recommend just giving it a shot, man. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? All right, so these links here that I'm gonna put in the link in the chat right now are for the options I mentioned for 92 and then 117. And then these links at the bottom are for the white label options. And I just put them all in the chat. And again, if you're overseas for whatever reason, absolutely. Let's see. I'm excited. I'm in. Congrats. Congrats. That's awesome. So Brian Jackson, can you upgrade at some point if you do not take the? Yeah, well, you would have to get a whole new account. That would essentially mean Omar, if you already no, not. I mean, the discount has already been applied to this, so yeah. Congrats to those of you who are now white labels. Remember that if you're all in, it doesn't matter. Email me, devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. My chat is empty. I'm going to send you that link directly. Awesome, awesome. So congrats to those of you who are white label partners. You're now going to be partnered up with us directly. So do me a favor, devsupport@redtorrentmedia.app. I'm actually going to, right after this call, actually, I'm going to hook you guys up with some really cool stuff. Let's see. Can you do another review of the white label? Yeah. I mean, I'll just go to it and just show you. But you get a special login link and a special register link. You could also see when users have topped up. So that's disclosed to you automatically. Now, it's really cool. It's all automated, right? So like, let's say they run out of top up. They have no funds in their account to be able to not even be able to pay you. Their account is automatically shut down. Like it's shut down automatically, right? So you don't have to be involved in that process wondering, oh, are they going to pay this week or that week? You can see right here. You can see it all on your end. And you could just simply click withdraw and that's it. Now, we give you full control so you could add your, /, this is obviously mine, Red Torrent Media. I could set my service fee to be $1,000. Like I could make that $1,000 reoccurring primary. All right. And that's it. The beauty about this is that all you have to do is take your registration link and I want to disclose too, and you could remember this too. These are your leads. So we don't touch these leads. These are all of your leads. So if, let's say that, you managed to get over 150 signups, but only really about 25 of them have topped up, then hey, again, that's your business. But you have to be a white label to do this. You don't get this feature if you're not a white label. I mean, you could try to sell it. You could try to sell this as a service if you wanted to, like manually, but you would have to create accounts for them, and that sometimes, yeah, you could use this for clients 1000%, like without a white label, but it's just a bit more legwork involved because you have to formulate the campaigns for them. You can't really show them that much, as much. But if you're already reputable, and look, I'm not, again, if you already have clients and you're doing really well, you don't really need a white label. You could just simply formulate campaigns, offer this new service, plan it out, and hit the ground running. There you go. Just drop the link. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see what's going on with these links. It's weird. All right, so I'm gonna grab the first link, okay? Make it a little easier for everybody. All right, so this is the $25 discount link. That's that one. Put that in the chat. Now, if you want access to like all the networks, the additional networks, the inventory, we call it inventory. Inventory link. All right, there you go. That's the inventory link. And then this one is for the white label. This would be all in. There you go. And then all of these links here are for your payment options for the white label. Alrighty. Can you show us the networks? Absolutely. Let me show you right now. Go into campaigns. Let's go here. Actually, I'll show you this one first. This is really cool. Like when we found out that their system does all of this, we were like, wow, this is like next level stuff, man. Like Fox News, Animal Planet, CNN, Discovery, HGTV, TNT, OWN Network. These are some big networks that you're going to be showing ads on. We paused this campaign. It was just a test campaign at the time. So, but for CTV, let me show you this one. Can you explain the top up process? Absolutely. So the top up is essentially like whatever minimum you set. So let's say like ours is $75, period. That's just what the networks require. Now, if you want to set it higher, that's up to you. But if you want to leave it and set your fee up. So like let's say you could make that one-time fee reoccurring. So if you want to make it $1,000 a month, there you go. They have to make sure that they've topped up $1,000 a month. If they don't have anything in their account with a certain amount of time, the account is shut down automatically because there's just no activity and they didn't top up. So you're not involved in that process. All you need to really do is like literally share this link. That's it. Share that link. Absolutely. Email me. Once you get in on the white label, you can speak to me directly, Taralyn. Email me, devsupport@redtourmedia.app, and I'll make sure that you're speaking to me. So you're not talking to my team. What should we charge? I don't know, man. I mean, Kevin is asking me what should we charge. To be completely transparent, the fees that you charge should be according to where the market is. Like what niche are you in? If anything, that's where you should begin. So for CTV and cable, for CTV, usually, honestly, I've seen, it depends on the complexities in regards to your campaign, but I've seen them approved within like an hour. The longest I've seen is just 48. But for cable, it's just, I mean, I haven't seen much of a difference, honestly. It's just usually around the same time. It's automated, so. Like if you were to set an average as far as like what you would charge, what should you charge? Like if you were to set a I mean, if you were to set a minimum, like fee for a small business, maybe 300 bucks. 300 bucks. They pay you 300 bucks and literally could set campaigns, right? Absolutely. No, like if you wanted to just go for the upgrade and you went for that option for 117, then that's essentially it. You could offer this manually if you wanted to. Absolutely. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Terralyn Otts, dev support at redtoymedia.app, and we'll get you sorted with that. Awesome. Congrats. Denver, Ronnie Sloan is in. So do me a favor, I just want to shout you out if you're in, if you're already a member, just go ahead and just comment in the chat box. I want to make sure that you're in. And I want to shout you out. So Rex is in. Just go ahead and comment in the chat box if you went ahead and took action. Terralyn is in on the white label. Most of you are in on the white label, which I figured you would. It's the smart thing to do because you just have more control. This is going to be my first business. Oh, nice. That's good news. That's cool. Well, great. I would love to use you as a case study. So if you could email me, if this is going to be like something that this is really going to be your first business that you're promoting, awesome. Yes, lovely. Email me, devsupport@redtoymedia.app. Ryan Jackson is in. Rick, Kevin, Matt, Lewis, congrats. Awesome, 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 man. Yes, great, great. So is there any other questions that I might have missed? Success. So Stephen is asking me, what success have you found with these ads in Australia for healthcare, dental? I haven't really, I could ask the guys at the programmatic mechanics out in New York. I could email them and, just get you some data on that in regards to Australia. Email me, devsupport@redtoymedia.app. Absolutely. Do I have to pay for this again? No, you don't have to. Again, I'll just show you here. I'll disclose it again. There is 0 monthly fees for this, like at all. Like you're not, just like I said here, there's no upsells or anything like that. We don't do the funky chicken around here, like we don't do that kind of stuff. We're focused on big business here, and that's what it is. Nope, unfortunately, that option is going to be available only today. Yeah. No, so the training videos don't show in the white label. So you would have to formulate your own, create your own landing pages. This is live. Matt is asking me if this is really live. I am live, and it's 3:36 p.m. on the Eastern time. It's Sunday, so thank you all for making the time on a Sunday. So as far as like the video guidelines, when you go here into commercials, we made it simple. Usually like we get a bunch of code with all this crazy talk. We literally took all that stuff that they provided to us, our partners, and we like made it simple. This is literally it. So we recommend 12 by 20, 10 by 80, 24 FPS, 30 FPS, 60 frames per second, MP4, MOV, MPG, MPEG, minimum quality set there. Duration 30 seconds. Keep it under 1 minute, please. That's it. That's as simple as it is. And as you're coming in, go ahead and comment. I see that Rex is in. Congrats. Congrats. We're here to support as always. So once you're in, email us, devsupport@redtoymedia.app, please. Thank you. I have some ideas I want to share with you. Absolutely, email me, devsupport@redtoymedia.app. Could we use our own domains? No, not at this time. We reserve a domain for you. has a bit of a pro look to it, programmatictv.pro. It doesn't link to anywhere but your business. That is correct. So David is asking if this works for any niche. Absolutely, it works for any niche or vertical. I'm in on the white label, so congrats to Kevin. Congrats. Great. So any other questions, anything that you feel I missed? Again, we're providing you with training here, everything that you basically would need to be able to run a successful television campaign. You're doing it in a way that, again, like listen, like this market is super small. And just like I mentioned in the presentation, like what's making it hard for these smaller businesses is the fact that the minimums are set so high. 5,000, 10,000, it's just too much per campaign. No way. We literally are kicking the door open here saying, we're here, we have arrived. So we're creating opportunities. So absolutely, I'm going to say this right now. Set up a website for this, and I will share for those of you who are in for the white label, email me devsupport@redtourmedia.app. I will send you all the logos that you need to put on the website, any information, anything that we can do to help you. Email me, let me know. And look, this is what I recommend. Get some ads running. All right. Super cheap. The keywords on Google for like programmatic TV, super cheap, like pennies. So start promoting this, man. Start promoting this. I already shared with you the stats. I shared with you the stats. This is thankfully, television is being developed so that we could access it more easily and promote businesses that really want to work with us and really need the help. So again, email me devsupport@redtourmedia.app. Is there any other questions at all? Anything that you feel I should answer? Let me see here. What training do we get? So the training is going to be in the training area. Remember that this area is only accessible for those of you who are all in on the white label. There you go. So let's see here. Is there a marketing training? Is there a marketing? Rhonda is asking if there's training on how to get clients for this as a service. I could do that. I could definitely put a video up. I'll actually, depending on how much feedback, would you guys like to see that? Let me know. You could put yeses in the chat. How I would go about selling this, let me know in the chat. So depending on the feedback, so a lot of you do would appreciate. Okay, great. So I would definitely do that. I see that a lot of you are yesing here. So I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll give you just my transparent perspective on how I would go about this, promoting this as a service. What I know for a fact is that the keywords on Google and Facebook are very cheap for, programmatic TV ads, and that sort of thing. Do you provide training for white labelers? Email me, devsupport@redtourmedia.app. For those of you who are white labelers, Monday, Wally and Hassan and you're going to be put in a group email. So, we'll be able to, speak together via email and, plan things out. So awesome, man. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys are all in. Sample presentations. Absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that. More than happy to do that. What I need help with is just explaining this a little better. Absolutely. Yes, I'm more than happy to help with that. So as far as like, yeah, so as far as like ease of use, I mean, you just click on campaigns. You got cable TV, right? You got your cable TV here. This is what the reporting will look like. It's all spec'd out for you. So you have your time slots already reserved. You got your detailed reporting here. So you could find out like what's going on with the campaign. Okay. And then for CTV is the same exact thing. Very easy to work with. Nothing too complicated. So as you're signing in, do me a favor, once you've topped up and everything, you set up your account, go ahead and leave a comment in the chat. Awesome. So congrats to everybody that's in. Congrats. So we're ready to wrap this up. I want to again congratulate everyone who has come out to